Hello everyone and welcome to The Break Run. My name is Frank.
My name's Kevin, and today we're going to be discussing the recent announcement of all of the new additions coming to Hong Kong Disneyland by 2023.
So recently Hong Kong Disneyland announced all their exciting plans for the foreseeable future, which looks amazing. So first, starting off 2017, we all knew it was going to happen. We're finally going to see the Iron Man experience open up in Tomorrowland, which is supposed to be like a motion simulator themed to Iron Man, which is going to be really cool based off the huge success of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Next, in 2018, we're going to see Buzz Lightyear ride in Tomorrowland be rethemed to Marvel. Has been announced exactly what it is, but possibly based on the concept art, Ant-Man, which looks really cool. You're going to be battling along with your favorite superheroes on the ride. So that's going to be really cool. Then in 2019, we're going to see a new castle being added to Hong Kong Disneyland. They're going to be adding onto the existing castle as well as expanding the hub. And also in 2018, we're going to see a Moana show open up in Adventureland. Moana was recently released. It was extremely popular. It's doing really well in the box office, so not too shocked about that. And then in 2020, we're going to see Frozenland being added to Hong Kong Disneyland, followed by 2023, a new Marvel-themed attraction in Tomorrowland, replacing Autopia. So with all these huge announcements, what do you think about all of them?
Well, I think it's a very exciting time to be in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
A lot of these announcements are things we really haven't seen before.
Yeah. They're unique to the park.
Yes. Personally, I find the thing to be the most shocking is actually the Moana show. And that the reason why I say that is because Moana has just been released.
They're already adding it.
It's been successful, but we're not 100% sure how successful it will be. And they're already taking the risk that it is going to be successful, especially over in China, to add the show. So regardless, I think these additions are phenomenal. I think it's going to well round the park. I think that park needed this.
Yes.
So I'm excited to see what's going to happen for them. I think it'll be very exciting for them.
I think the biggest, most interesting thing is besides how much they are adding, and I believe most of it's being financed by the Chinese government, so it's more the government pushing to add stuff as opposed to just Disney themselves, is they're basically redoing Tomorrowland into a Marvel theme, which is kind of surprising that Tomorrowland is a lot of people's favorite additions in like Disneyland, Magic Kingdom. They were going to make it Marvel Land. So what do we think about that?
Well, the thing about Hong Kong Disneyland is that it is besides Shanghai, because Shanghai is a whole league of its own, but it is the most unique Magic Kingdom style park. And the reason why I say that is because when it opened with a Space Mountain, and that's the only roller coaster it had. So there was no Big Thunder in Frontierland, there was no Splash Mountain, there was no, there's no Haunted Mansion even. And all of those things have been additions
staples,
to the park. Now, you may say, well, they're making their Tomorrowland Marvel themed. Well, Disneyland is adding Star Wars right into their Magic Kingdom style park. So, I think the typical Magic Kingdom has been completely changed. And I don't think we're going to see a common kingdom throughout the Disney parks in the future. I think they're all going to go their independent ways.
Which I kind of like how each park is going to have their own unique flavor or land to it. I know we've been really critical about Six Flags. They've been adding Joker, Wonder Woman.
Right.
Same thing about the park, but at least Disney's taking a different approach to it.
Right.
Like we're probably not going to see Frozenland open up in Orlando at any of the parks. So I really like that. Probably the only thing that we're going to see duplicated is the Moana show. I could definitely see that coming to Magic Kingdom. Besides that, it's going to be all unique stuff, which is really good.
Well, definitely from the concept art, it looks stunning.
Yeah.
And I would just like to focus on the Avengers ride because that looks incredible. I think that the Autopia and the Tomorrowland Speedway attractions that are in all of those parks, they are becoming outdated. And they take up a lot of land. So I think that for them to add Avengers to where Autopia used to be,
it's a good idea.
It's a great idea, and the concept artwork looks phenomenal. It looks exactly like Avengers headquarters from the movies. So I think that will be a huge success, and it's looking like it's going to be a roller coaster style attraction.
I hope so.
So it's adding another roller coaster to the park, and I think it'll make the park more well rounded.
It's going to be interesting to see though how Marvel, the popularity plays on the future. Obviously, Star Wars is going to be insanely popular in the future, same as Harry Potter. But we don't know how Marvel will be. I'm sure it's going to be really popular in the future. But also, probably by 2023, a lot of the characters that we see on screen now, like Thor, Iron Man, Captain America, they might not be in the movies anymore. So it's going to be interesting to see how they approach that in the future and with being the additions in the park.
Absolutely. And the thing that's interesting is that we are going to be seeing in 2017 the first rides come out based on the partnership with Disney and Marvel.
Yeah.
You'll be seeing Guardians of the Galaxy at Disneyland, and you'll be seeing Iron Man over at Hong Kong Disneyland. And we've seen what Marvel theme park rides can do. Amazing Adventure of Spider-Man, The Incredible Hulk.
Oh, yeah.
They're pretty awesome.
Yeah.
However, we're now taking Disney and putting it together with Marvel.
Yeah.
I'll be interested to see how, like, Iron Man experience. When I found out about that, I was like, oh, it's Star Tours, okay, whatever. But how are they going to make it? Hong Kong already has Star Tours, so how are they going to make it different and better compared to what they already have?
Exactly, yeah.
So I think another interesting thing to note, is we haven't really talked about this, is Frozen.
Yeah.
Arendelle is coming to Hong Kong.
Which is really interesting.
Yes,
really,
and
really cool.
you know, this is not the first Arendelle that's coming. We have Arendelle coming to Tokyo as well.
Yeah.
And I think it's interesting to see, with Frozen being so huge, is that going to be timeless?
Exactly. Something I was just talking about with the Marvel and Star Wars, stuff like that. It's, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I mean, Frozen opened to Epcot, and it's been very successful for Epcot.
But what about actual land?
Yes, exactly.
And China.
You know, and the fact that they're opening both of their Frozen lands in Tokyo and Hong Kong. So they're over on that side of the world. Is it going to be too close? Is there going to be a crisis of conflict there?
Yeah.
So I think overall it'll be very exciting. I think it's a very interesting addition. One other thing I wanted to note in the Frozen Land, they didn't announce too many rides, but they will say one of the rides is going to be the Junkyard Jamboree.
Yeah. Which is they need a smaller attraction than a bigger one.
That's like Disney's Larson Loop for Six Flags. It really is. You see it at Disneyland. It opened up. It's coming to Disney World and Toy Story Land. Yeah. It's going to Tokyo as Big Hero 6 ride, and now it's coming to Hong Kong as Frozen.
I mean, but they're all different themed. They're good for the kids, so.
Right. That's the one thing that's different, what we were talking about with Six Flags, how they're making all their parks the same. All of these rides, yes, they are the same ride, but that ride is so drastically different in all of the Disney parks, you would have no idea that you're riding the same ride.
Exactly.
So I think overall, it's super exciting for Hong Kong, and I think they needed to do this because right down the street they have Ocean Park Hong Kong, who is currently undergoing the biggest expansion we've ever seen in nearly any park ever.
Yeah.
They are expanding like wildfire, and Hong Kong Disneyland has to do something to keep up.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing is we don't see anything bad going in. Like we don't see anything going. Like they don't have to do that.
You're absolutely right.
It's all like that's really good. That's really good. That's really good. So
right, and I think one other thing we haven't talked about, the major picture, is the castle.
Yeah.
Where does this come from? What do you think of this?
I mean, I've heard they have a lot of capacity problems, especially in that central hub area, which they're expanding. So I think it's kind of smart to expand it, but do they really need a new castle? I know it's on the smaller side, like Disneyland. Like I know when I first looked in Disneyland, I'm like, that's it? Like that's the castle?
Right.
So I think something bigger, more monumental to the park. Because they're expanding the park, so they need a new icon for it.
Well, definitely one of the things is their castle right now is the same exact castle as Disneyland.
Yeah.
And when they opened Hong Kong Disneyland, it was in a time where money was a little tighter, so they couldn't afford to design a new castle. Yeah. But Hong Kong Disneyland, I personally think the fuel behind the new castle is their big brother Shanghai just opened up a couple 100 miles away, but they're like, well, look at that castle, look at our castle. You know, we want something else.
Yeah.
So I think the new castle is almost a way so it can stay current with itself, with its own company.
Because I think if they're adding all these different expansions throughout the park, they keep the same castle, it's kind of going to look it's going to look a lot outdated.
And not only to add off that, all of the new Chinese parks are adding these giant mountains and castles and structures that the Hong Kong Disneyland castle, the current one, is going to get
It's a total
dwarfed.
different market out there in China.
Absolutely. So I think overall, both of us agree this is awesome. This is one of the best addition announcements that we've seen to any park. There's nothing really that we don't think is a bad idea. And I think it'll have a wonderful impact on Hong Kong Disneyland.
Yeah, and I'm still in shock that they're adding all this stuff. It's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. So let us know what you guys think. Do you like all the new additions coming to Hong Kong Disneyland? What's your favorite? If you have a least favorite, share it with us in the comments below.
As always, thank you so much for watching our videos. Please click thumbs up, like us on Facebook, and subscribe to us on YouTube for more coming theme park videos.
Thanks for making us a part of your day.
Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.